Yo, 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 it's your boy, Bigger Dave, and this is the First Game Podcast. But if you're getting ready for the Super Bowl, ordering pizza, getting snacks for a large company, just do this for me. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and let's get into it. Many of us NFL fans right now are anticipated for the Super Bowl. You could say in all the professional leagues, the Super Bowl is the most anticipated championship game there is in professional leagues. Two of the best teams in the NFL colliding in one game, no series for the Lombardi Trophy. And this is a good time for friends and family to come together as one or as two. I have a lot of family members that, from Boston. So right now, they're happy as hell that the Patriots made the Super Bowl. Other than the game, a lot of people pay attention to the commercials. A lot of these companies feel like it's a high viewership at this moment, so they spend countless of dollars into a commercial where everybody's going to watch. It might be dropping a new video, it might be dropping another car. Regardless, companies know that people are watching this game at this moment. The Super Bowl is always a time for high viewership. But when the game is all time intense, your team can be losing, your team can be winning, your team can be tied up with the opponent. There's always a pause in a football game, and it's called halftime. Yes, I'm talking about the Super Bowl performance for the halftime. If you don't know by now, a lot of people enjoy the Super Bowl. But the most anticipated too as well is the Super Bowl performance, because this is basically a time for artists to rise up in different standards of different artists. This is also a time for artists to showcase their catalog of endless hits. So you can say this moment right here also is important to an artist, because this is their time to show people why they are a popular artist. For any artist right now coming up, or perhaps professional right now, this moment right here should be a time everyone should look for, because this separates you from different artists. It makes you iconic, a legend. You live forever. The Super Bowl performance is just as well important as the game. I could be exaggerating, but the performance keeps the energy going. But also for the artist, this is to showcase their catalog, their hits. I could go down all kinds of moments where an artist performed and it was legendary. I can go down the line on Super Bowl performances that was iconic. Prince Purple Rain in 2007, Super Bowl 41, Michael Jackson moonwalking and his game-changing entrance in 1993 in Super Bowl 27. The most infamous Super Bowl, Janet Jackson wardrobe with Justin Timberlake in 2004, Super Bowl 38, and also Rihanna's pregnancy reveal and performance in 2023 in Super Bowl 52 is a long list of timeless performance. And you can't forget about Kendrick Lamar performance too. He performed Not Like Us and other songs on his latest album, GNX. Um, and Not Like Us was a notable song because that was supposedly been the knockout punch in the battle with Drake. Regardless, if you perform in the Super Bowl, it should be worth watching. And now you wondering, who can take the stage next after Kendrick Lamar? Who in the world can keep this anticipation going for the Super Bowl performance? Who will be the next artist coming up to perform the Super Bowl? And you should already know by now, it's Bad Bunny.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And while we're at it, I'd like them to change the kickoff rule, which looks ridiculous, where the ball is kicked and the ball is floating in the air and everyone's standing there watching it. It's ridiculous. It's not any safer than the regular kickoff. I think it looks it.
And just like that, there will be one stage and two different sides, not only for a different team, but also political views. But really, who is Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny is a massive global star. You could say the most streamed on Spotify for multiple years. The first Latin artist to headline in Coachella and other uh, concerts. He's Puerto Rican. He sings mostly entirely in Spanish. He has a huge Latino and international appeal. The NFL also states their reason they wanted to grow globally and with the Hispanic culture. That's why they chose him as the Super Bowl performance. Right now, you could say Trump is not particularly favored in the Puerto Rican community. Um, some people didn't. Some people dislike his response towards Hurricane Maria, and also in his campaign where a comedian made jokes about Puerto Rico. So a lot of Puerto Ricans was feeling kind of undecided on Trump. Then Bad Bunny reshares a Kamala Harris video on his Instagram outlining her policies to uplift Puerto Ricans.
So much at stake in this election for Puerto Rican voters and for Puerto Rico. And this election is not just a choice between Donald Trump and me, it is a choice between two very different visions for our nation. I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and a competent leader. He abandoned the island, tried to block aid after back to back devastating hurricanes, and offered nothing more than paper towels and insults. I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and a competent leader. He abandoned the island, tried to block aid after back to back devastating hurricanes, and offered nothing more than paper towels and insults. I will never forget what Donald Trump did.
So you can already tell that there were many political differences just with the statement of choosing Bad Bunny as a Super Bowl performer. And also, you have ICE raids that's going on in the United States. A lot of people grew more into being an activist towards the ICE raids. So Bad Bunny skipped a lot of his U.S. Um, tour dates because he was in fear of being deported. Then also at the Grammys, Bad Bunny also shouted out Ice Out as a statement to be against the ICE raids. Bad Bunny also performs in Spanish in most of his songs where he has explicit and sexual content. Many conservatives like me did not like the fact that, first of all, the Super Bowl or anything pertains to Super Bowl is basically family oriented. So that type of artist can be kind of challenging where you have young kids also in attendance of watching this Super Bowl. One thing I can say about when President Trump got elected, there was a shift in the media. It was certain things on TV that wasn't acceptable no more. And many of us were getting fed up off the content that was getting fed to not only me, but also to our children. But Turning Point USA was just trying to get the feeling back in the United States of being proud as an American. Right now, you can see that through the years of different presidents, it's been a shift on being what a being American means. And many people on the Republican side and conservatives felt like the respect of America has been forgotten. And that was also one of Trump's campaigns, American first. Stop putting other countries ahead of us. So that was the whole reason what TP USA was heading towards, to get a feel of being American. And being American ain't just about representing for your country. It's about having faith. It's about family. And people on the conservative side felt like we didn't need no artist that was promoting homosexuality, that were having very explicit sexually content. Because at the end of the day, the Super Bowl isn't a family event. But this halftime show wasn't a reciprocal action just to say we don't like Spanish people. I look at it as if they just wanted to have a better meaning to what it is to be an American. And also, a lot of people was looking at the NFL as if they were woke. They had all kinds of slogans, go all the way back to Kaepernick. When he talked about social justice, people looked at that was kind of dissatisfied at the fact that he's bringing political meanings to a sporting event. And the NFL was putting in racism, which that didn't end racism. A lot of people felt like that was kind of woke. And it brought a lot of distaste to fans who wanted to just simply watch a football game instead of have a political meaning by it. And instead of having Bad Bunny as the headliner, they had Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Brice, Gabby Barnett as an alternative for the halftime show that's going to be on YouTube, Twitter, and Rumble. In case that you don't want to see an artist on stage wearing a dress. To be honest, how I feel though, even though I'm a conservative, even though I voted for Trump, I'm kind of fed up and fatigued over the racism, race-based narrative. And it kind of drawn me away from the NFL because that's all they was trying to promote, political statements. Me, I'm not saying racism don't exist, but it takes a lot for me to move. And racism is not one of the things you're gonna capture me or you're gonna have me stick to it or bend the knee. But I just felt like the NFL right now have to move toward to just being an NFL team. We have to get back to just thinking about football instead of looking at, oh, he's good because he's a white quarterback or he's doing better because he's a black quarterback. Yes, we do have differences in our skin color. We do have differences in our shade. That's why God made us different. But sometimes to involve that in sports, it's kind of getting real distasteful. I know there's a lot of people that feel like, Kirkpatrick is one of them guys that has social justice. I mean, it should be a time and place for that. And there should also be a time and place to be a professional athlete. And right now, he can't even get back into the league because he was too focused on sacrificing. I'm not saying that he's bad to sacrifice what he believed in, but I'm just saying the stance he took was kind of being pro-black, where you have white parents that adopted you. Personally, I just want the NFL to get back to playing football, and that's it. A lot of people are getting fed up, and a lot of people are getting fed up with a lot of this content that is getting fed to the youth and to everyone else. I don't think we should have an artist like Bad Bunny while America is trying to get back to being better. America is trying to get back to being number one. Now, I ain't saying that TPUSA was the best, I ain't saying they got the best lineup for the halftime show. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if that's an artist out there that's openly homosexual, he has certain songs that he's in a dress. He has certain songs that he was kissing another man. I don't think that would be good enough to put on a Super Bowl platform. But you already know, man, this is Bigger Dave, and this is First Game Podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, comment. Tell me how you feel.